Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number, and its number is 666.
Well, it's actually 616, according to the Oxyrhynchus papyrus, but today we're not looking at that. We are, however, looking at the book of the Revelations of John. Now, I'm surprised that this isn't being covered more in the media or even on YouTube. The similarities between Revelation 6 and what is going on. Since 2020, we entered a brave new world. Let's put it that way. There are some glaring similarities to Revelations, and these are not being discussed. And for me, that is very, very surprising. Usually, when some big disaster happens, immediately the media is flooded with references to people who compare it with biblical or Mayan or any other disaster prophecy. But this time there seems to be a silence. Why? First of all, let's have a look at the chapter which I'm referring to. I'm reading from the King James Bible, so it's a bit oldie English. And I saw, when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. The 4 riders, or the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. War, famine, and pestilence. Plague. Now let's look at our current situation here in sunny 2022. For those of you thinking the plague is over, it isn't. Just look at what's happening in China. For whatever reason, we are having a hiatus from the pandemic. War. We went from a few minor wars around the world to suddenly the entire world building up in the space of a few months for World War III. Now, any day we're expecting one side or the other to overstep the boundary and instigate a global conflict. Famine. Last year, I warned people about the predictions for the coming food crisis. This year, we are being told there will be a food crisis, but it's because of the war which started this year. Now, the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund are warning this global famine will be absolutely catastrophic. So, we have the three horsemen: war, plague, and famine. And of course, which brings in the fourth horseman, which is death. Now, this triad can be seen throughout human history. Revelations chapter 6 can apply to many different periods. If we could go back to probably the worst years of human history, AD 536 to 538 or even 540, we would truly see what hell on earth was like. This is when Krakatoa erupted and basically plunged the entire world into a nuclear winter for about 2 years. There were no crops, people starved from famine, they froze, disease was everywhere because of the famine and the starvation, the complete lack of resources due to having a nuclear winter all the way through the growing season and summer. Wars broke out everywhere. It truly was a nightmare. In the Middle Ages, plague, famine, war happened on quite a regular basis. But in the modern era, we haven't experienced this for quite a long time. And I really am surprised this isn't being pointed out. How we have this perfect triangle, again, war, plague, famine. And it makes me wonder why. Now, the powers that be are huge fans of numbers and dates with specific or symbolic meaning. One question that has been asked throughout history: does life imitate art, or does art imitate life? By this, I mean, is this a natural occurrence, or has it been instigated based on this triad by some unknown actors acting in their best interest and not ours? What awaits us in the coming year or two will change how we've lived forever, because it is not in our best interests. And we are seeing this in real time, except we are seeing it obfuscated, smogged by the media and the politicians. Let him who hath understanding. Now is truly the time to pay attention, see what is going on, and to predict what is about to happen and prepare accordingly. Perhaps this is only the beginning. As always, be free.